Your life doesn't start with a cry. It starts with the sound of the wind at the edge of the world. You are an infant, suspended in the cold air over a jagged limestone abyss. The High Overseer isn't checking your pulse. He's searching for a reason to let you die. A slight tremor, a pale complexion, a small defect, it's a death sentence. But you don't cry. You lock eyes with him, silent as the stones. He gives a sharp nod. You have passed the first gull. You have earned your first breath. By 7, the concept of home is erased. Your mother, a weaver of royal tapestries, is no longer allowed to touch you. You are dragged to the iron pens, the state's human furnace. There are no beds here. You sleep on raw reeds you had to rip from the frozen riverbanks with your bare hands, skinning your palms until they turn to scar tissue. Food is a weapon used against you. You are fed the salty sludge, a mixture of boiled blood, vinegar, and grit. It looks like waste, and it tastes like copper and ash, but it is packed with the raw protein your growing muscles crave. You are always hungry. The masters encourage you to steal food from the kitchens, but they give you one lethal rule: don't get caught. If you're fast, you eat. If you're caught, they lash you until the floor is slick with your blood, not for stealing, but for being clumsy enough to get spotted. Shoes are a luxury for the weak. You run miles over the razor-sharp mountain scree of the highlands barefoot. At first, you leave bloody footprints. Eventually, your soles become as hard as oak. You receive one single woolen cloak per year. In the dead of winter, when the frost tries to stop your heart, you learn the trick of the desperate. You find patches of stinging nettles and rub them all over your body. The searing, burning chemical heat is the only thing that keeps you from freezing to death in your sleep. Every year comes the festival of the lash. You are tied to a stone pillar, and the heavy leather whip tears the skin from your back. Your only task is to remain a statue. If you scream, you are a disgrace to your bloodline. If you die without a sound, you are a hero. Then comes the grinder. Total combat. No rules. You can gouge eyes, snap fingers, and crush throats. You are learning the anatomy of death. Your opponent is the boy you call your brother. During the day, you share your sludge. At night, you break each other's ribs. You are taught to speak only when necessary, short, sharp sentences that strike like a dagger. This is the art of the cold tongue. There is a legend, they whisper. A boy who stole a wild badger and hid it under his tunic. The beast chewed through his stomach, eating his internal organs while he stood in formation. He never flinched. He died on his feet rather than admit he had been discovered. That is your ideal. Detection is worse than death. Shadows are your only true armor. At 16, the darkness deepens. You are initiated into the Ghost Watch. They give you a jagged knife and send you into the valleys to hunt. Your targets are the laborers who have grown too strong or too rebellious. You become a shadow in the high grass, tracking a man for 72 hours without sleep. One mistake, and the workers will swarm you. You wait for the perfect moment. A leap from the dark. A blade through the neck. No honor, just elimination. You wash the blood off in the river and feel nothing. You realize the ultimate truth. It's the wolves or the sheep. At 20, the education ends, but the brotherhood is not guaranteed. To join the vanguard, the elite must vote on you using balls of dough. If even one man squeezes the dough flat, you are cast out as a nameless wanderer for life. But the dough falls around. You are accepted. You have a new family. And for the first time, you are handed the Great Wall. Let's look at your kit. This isn't gear, it's your skin. Your primary reach is the iron leaf spear, 9 feet of seasoned ash tipped with a heavy blade that can punch through a bronze breastplate like it's parchment. At the base is a heavy spike, the ground stomper, used to finish enemies on the floor as you march over them. If the spear breaks, you draw the culling blade, a short, brutal 20-inch sword designed for the clinch, that horrific moment when 2 armies are pressed chest to chest. Your true fortress is the Great Circle Shield. It's 30 pounds of oak and bronze, 3 feet wide. It covers you from your throat to your shins. It doesn't hang from a handle, it locks onto your forearm with a leather sleeve, allowing you to bear its massive weight for half a day without tiring. Your helmet is a solid cage of bronze with a narrow T-slit for eyes. It muffles the world, turning the battlefield into a tunnel of focused violence. You are a human tank. The year is 480 BC. The Empire of the Sun is coming. Their king god brings an ocean of humanity, nearly 250,000 soldiers. You look at them and sneer. They wear colorful silks, soft turbans, and carry shields made of wicker. To you, they don't look like an army, they look like a harvest. The Empire's scout demands, "Hand over your steel." Your leader's reply is etched into history. "Come and take it." You take your stand in the broken gates, a pass so narrow that the enemy's numbers mean nothing. Before the slaughter, you don't pray to the gods. You sit and calmly comb your long hair and oil your limbs. This is the dance of the grave. You intend to be the most beautiful corpse on the field. The first wave hits. They charge with a roar. You meet them with a wall of silence. You wait until they are exactly 3 feet away. Thrust, reset, thrust. Your shield slams into their faces like a falling cliff. Your spears work with the mechanical precision of a butcher's shop. It's not a fight, it's a meat grinder. The men behind you lean their shields into your back, pushing you forward with the weight of the entire formation. You are the tip of a 1,000-ton iron hammer. The ground becomes a swamp of red mud. You slip on viscera. The air smells like copper and sweat. When the commander whistles, the ranks shift. You step back, and a fresh brother takes your place. You drink warm, metallic water, catch your breath, and dive back into the blood. Your spear shatters against a heavy shield. You don't panic. You drop the wood and draw the culling blade. Now, the distance is 0. You are hacking at faces, necks, and joints. By the time the sun sets, the pile of enemy dead is taller than a man. It is your new fortification. On the second day, the God King loses his patience. He sends the Eternal Guard, his masked elite. They have better steel and heavy armor hidden under their robes. The fight becomes a stalemate. Your shield is dented, your bronze is bending. You feel a burning sting in your thigh, the first time your blood has hit the sand in years. The adrenaline hits like a lightning strike. Time slows. You see their movements before they even think of them. You crush a windpipe. You howl. Even the Eternals realize they are mortal when faced with you. Then, the knife in the back. A local traitor shows the Empire a hidden goat path. By dawn, they are behind you. You are encircled. This isn't a battle anymore, it's a final stand. Your leader dismisses the allies, but the 300 remain. You eat your final meal in total silence. Your leader grins through the blood. "Eat a hearty breakfast, boys, for tonight we dine in the pits of hell." You don't stay in the narrow pass. You march out into the wide field to take as many souls as possible. The line breaks. It becomes a chaotic storm of steel. You are one man against a dozen. Your shield is hacked into splinters, so you throw it aside. Your sword snaps off at the hilt inside an enemy's skull. You are unarmed, but you are the weapon. You strike with bronze-plated gauntlets. You break teeth. You gouge eyes. Historians will later write that you fought with your bare hands and your teeth like a cornered animal. You see your leader fall, his body looking like a pincushion of spears. The fight for his corpse is the most violent thing you have ever seen. You reclaim him 4 times from the heap of enemies. Suddenly, the Empire pulls back. Silence. You stand alone, your breath coming in ragged gasps. You look up. The sky begins to darken. It's not a storm, it's a cloud of 10,000 arrows. The God King has given up on fighting you hand to hand. The sound of the arrows hitting the earth is like a hailstorm of iron. One punches through your chest, the cold tip meeting your boiling heart. Your knees give out. You fall onto your back and look at the sky. It is the same blue as the day you were born on the cliffside. You didn't retreat. You didn't break. You did your job. Silence. The God King walks among the 20,000 corpses of his own men. He finds your leader's body and, in a fit of cowardly rage, orders his head to be put on a spike. He thinks he has won. But in his camp, there is no celebration. His immortal army is shattered. He asks his generals, "How many more of these monsters are in the city?" They tell him, 8,000. He trembles. One man survived. A soldier named Aristos, sent away because of a temporary blindness. He returns to the city, but the city is cold. No one will give him fire. No one will speak to him. They call him the coward. For a warrior of the high citadel, shame is a slow poison. He waits for a year. training in the dark. A year later, at the great plain of battle, the entire army is there. Aristos snaps. He enters a state of blood fury. He breaks formation and charges the entire empire alone. He is looking for death, but death seems to fear him. He carves a path through the enemy until his body is more metal than flesh. He dies, but the city refuses him honors. They say he wanted to die, not to win. The law is absolute.